people just joined at one time. See Rob, Kai, Mike. What's happening, Mike? We're not following you, Mike. We're following you now. I just hit you with the follow. Adrian. I'm guessing it's Adrian on the Docushield account. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. What's up, Adrian? What's up, Mike?
Docushield account. What's going on?
That's great. It's really good to finally get a chance to talk with you, Adrian.
Definitely, man. I mean, we've been watching your project pretty closely since we made this Twitter account for Docushield. So, yeah, man, very cool. We love what you're doing.
Absolutely. As do we. Docushield is probably one of my favorite projects on Kadena right now. I have to say, I'm really excited for it. I can't wait for it to go live.
We are, yeah, man. We are really close. We're really close. We got our latest version back this morning of our app, the one that's getting ready to go for our MVP.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna start onboarding people next week. Briefed the guys yesterday on the process and everything, and we're just pumped, dude, ready to go.
Yeah, that's terrific. Have you guys figured out your beta testing situation yet, or are you still
Well,
looking for people?
yeah, we're still looking for people right now. The MVP is like pre-beta. It's more of like an alpha test, and really this one's going to be to get feedback on the UI for the
Mm-hmm.
most part. I mean, and then after that we're going to do some onboarding for node operations, and then the
Mm-hmm.
beta is going to be tied in with our private IPFS servers and
Mm-hmm.
network. So yeah, right now we are using IPFS in the background for the MVP, but we're not using our private networks yet. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we're going to encourage everybody that whatever they upload right now, it will be public for now until we onboard and do our private network, and then in the beta that's going to be released, then it'll be all on our private IPFS networks and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
That's
So
right.
yeah, not quite at the beta yet, but I want to get like the important thing really is the ease of usability right now. So
Uh-huh.
that's what we're focusing on. Once the front end is where we want, and I mean I love it, but I designed it. So I mean it's easy for me, but I mean that's not to
Yeah.
say that that goes for everybody. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the big test. And then after that, I mean we're already on our way to building the the private network and all that stuff integrating with Flux
Mm-hmm.
and for that. But yeah, man, 3 stages. So we'll do this, our MVP, then our beta, and then finally our mainnet launch.
Yeah, that sounds great. I hear you about you designed it, so you think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Someone really important in my life, a mentor of mine. He taught me, very successful business guy he was.
Uh-huh.
He taught me that if you walk into a room with an idea and everybody immediately agrees with it, it's probably not that good of an idea, because
Right.
you really need the feedback. You need
Hmm.
everybody to put in a little bit of input to get to that final product. And you mentioned it on your call with Kadena Swiss, and I'll
Hmm.
agree with you that the Kadena community is amazing with their feedback, with how much they
Hmm.
want to engage, interact. It's really awesome, and it's something that I haven't seen on other crypto networks, at least. So I'm really happy to be building on Kadena.
Thanks. Yeah, man. Yeah, Sam as well. And I mean, in the Discord and Telegram too, like some people, get frustrated when people bash on their project or anything like that. Dude, I honestly welcome it. If it's legitimate complaints or, concerns, I mean, it just gives us more to think about, and
Mm-hmm.
really they're not going to be the only people that are thinking that way.
Uh huh.
So I mean, I encourage all the criticism and all that stuff, because I mean we need that, dude. To
Yeah.
build something successful, we really do need all points of views.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and I guess it's better for them to give us feedback than to go off and make a competing product, right?
Exactly. No, exactly, right? Yeah. Yeah. And at the end of the day, as everybody being in the ecosystem and on Cadena, like we're all rooting for each other,
Oh, for sure.
so whether or not you come at me nice or whatever, doesn't matter to me. It's just like it's all for the better of what we're putting out.
100%. Um,
Yeah.
And I think,
So we
yeah,
uh,
go ahead,
is
Adrian.
Michael on here? Oh yeah, I'm making sure Michael. I know
Hi.
Michael was driving. Last I spoke to him. So what's up, Mike?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man. Good, good.
You guys can hear me good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you sound good.
Cool. Hopefully it's the same when I go in the attic right now.
Just stay in the car. Let's not risk it, dude. I get horrible service up there.
All right.
The
All
attic,
right.
the attic. Are you guys living together? Did I catch?
No, we work
Oh,
together. Yeah, we
work
have
together. Okay.
yeah, at a few different things. So yeah, he's working right now at one of our locations, and we have like this little top attic area, and it's just yeah, it's the worst for reception.
Okay. The Docushield
Yeah.
office, though, kind of somewhat of an office for the
So,
Docushield team.
something Docky Shield office is everywhere right now, man. I mean, yeah, you'll find Mikey there. You'll find him at at our restaurant. He works. I think he's working this weekend, closing up.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, once we get past this first MVP phase, I'm pulling him over full time to the on the Docky Shield team,
Awesome.
right here. Because yeah, right now he's running in between all of our little ventures that we got going, but
Yeah.
Docky Shield's quickly climbing to be, the main squeeze right now. Just the traction and everything that we're doing. It's definitely my main squeeze right now. I mean, I've been a stranger at my other locations just because, dude. I mean, you know how it is. I'm tied. You're tied to a project so so
Yeah.
deeply.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, how are things going on your end? I've,
For us, I mean, we're not as close to launching as you guys are.
okay.
We're still about 3 months away from
Uh-huh.
actually minting our NFT, so we got a long way to go. But
Okay.
things are going really great. We just added a bunch of new team members, including a community manager, John, who's
Hmm.
put together a lot of really great community building activities in our Discord. He's got a whole
Hmm.
events calendar, a lot of really good stuff to help us, get to
Awesome.
that mint date. Um,
Hmm.
we just announced that we're animating our NFTs. So if you didn't catch
Yeah.
that yet, uh,
Yeah, I did. I've seen I've seen a few little previews of them, man. They're awesome.
I'm
And then that new banner you guys got is nice up on the Twitter page. It's yeah, man, your guys' designs is coming through so clean, man. Love it.
thank you very much. That's a big shout out to our lead artist, Way. Someone I know in real life. He's a fantastic person, hardworking. Didn't know much about crypto up until a couple months ago, but he's really diving in. He's been buying the dip on Kadena, from what I understand, which is awesome
Nice.
to have him
Mhm.
fully into the community. And he knew nothing about mining, and now he's able to do all these amazing designs to bring these ASIC miners to life. And we're just, I think this project would be pretty sweet, even without the mining rewards, right? Just the NFTs in
Right.
itself. And
Hmm.
that's definitely what we wanted to aim for. We want to have good art. We want people to be buying just for the art. It was really
Hmm.
important for us to do that, and not just because we could have just done like maybe like one very basic NFT design and sold ten
Right.
thousand of them, but that's
Hmm.
not what I think anybody wants to see, right? We want to have something that a
Hmm.
well-rounded project ultimately.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can't have it as like a second thought, with that project. That's cool, man. I mean, you could, but you're not. So, I mean, that's awesome. Um, I did have a few questions. I mean, like I said, we've been following you for a while. We've seen right from the get go. You guys had your logo on on like a racing car. What was the is that a friend of yours or? I was like, damn, they're moving fast,
Yeah.
dude. They're
No, that's great that you
uh,
brought that up, actually, because I always forget to talk about Dylan Archer, a
Dylan. That's yeah, that's
really
different.
good friend of mine. We've been friends for maybe 3 or 4 years. We actually met on a video game, and since then I've visited him. I've seen him race a couple times. This year he's going out to Europe to race
Mm-hmm.
Porsches. He's hoping to get a
Ooh,
Porsche
nice.
factory drive, which would be like
Uh,
his big. It'd be huge for him. So I'm hoping to get out to Europe to watch him. But yeah, we have a partnership with Dylan Archer. He's racing in Trans Am here in the United
nice.
States.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We're here in the States.
oh, all around the country. They were just in California, in Laguna Beach,
Hmm.
Sonoma. They're coming back over to the East Coast a little later in the year. We'll be down, doing an event with him again in Virginia.
Right.
I think that's in October. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, we had that
Nice.
connection. We had to use it, and it was awesome seeing Kadena on a race car in real life. I
Yeah,
mean, that was just the
no,
coolest thing ever.
for sure. And I think yeah, the one over here on the West Coast, it was I believe maybe it was Long Beach or was it Laguna? Because I know in Long Beach they set up this crazy track that goes like
Uh-huh.
all through like downtown and by the waterfront
Yep.
and
No, that's
stuff. But yeah.
that's F1.
Oh, is that F1? Yeah, is
Yeah,
that
that was
F1?
the
That's
the Long Beach F1. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
the Laguna
yeah.
one sick though. I'm down to go Laguna. Beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't been to Laguna, but Estera, everybody knows Estera, right? The big
Yeah.
Kadena
Uh-huh.
community guy. He just messaged me. He said Laguna's in his backyard.
Yeah.
So next time we're in Laguna Seca, we got to hit up Estera and hang out with him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Laguna is like right where we're at too in Orange County. So I mean, dude, I love going to Laguna just like as a little getaway because it's like the most beautiful city you'll ever visit, dude.
Yeah.
It's a city right by the beach. And some of the best views. They have this place called Top of the World where
Hmm.
it's like because it's kind of like where the hills meet the beach, and so you'll just go
Uh
up
huh.
and have the most beautiful view of
Yeah.
everything, man. It's yeah, definitely hands down my favorite.
Hmm.
I mean, besides Santa Ana, my hometown, my favorite city in Orange County.
Yeah, we don't have that over on the East Coast. You guys have the mountains and the ocean right next to
Yeah,
each other. It's all flat over here.
yeah. Where are you at specifically?
I'm in Richmond, Virginia right now.
Oh, okay, in
Yeah,
Virginia. Yeah, right
yeah.
on.
But our team is spread out all over the country.
Hmm.
We have Bendy. I see Bendy in here. He's out in the UK, and
Nice.
Poom is
What's
in
up, Andy?
Thailand.
He's your mod, right? He's what are like one of your Discord mods or a Telegram mod now?
Yeah, he's one of our administrators.
Oh,
I'd say he's
admin.
more of
Okay.
a mod. He gives input, feedback.
Yeah,
He can speak his. It's important to have for us. I thought it was important to have some people who were like OG Kadena community members,
definitely,
in
definitely.
case we ever got off track, like they
Hmm.
get us back on track. And I trust Bendy with that kind of situation. I trust George. We got GP.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I always tell them
What's
like,
up,
hey, if you
GP?
have something,
Yeah.
come tell me, come talk to me.
No,
Maybe
those
let's
are
work it out.
two solid dudes that have definitely been around, and commenting and throwing their input out there, and definitely two people in the community that demand that respect. So yeah, props, man. No, that's a good team. Great guys there. Sweet, man. Now I had a few things though. So I mean, the mining part, that's kind of how I got into KDA
Uh
was just I went on Gold Shell one time and was just looking for a miner I could afford.
huh.
And I then like I seen, the box, I don't know if it's the mini box. I think it's just called the KD
Yeah.
box.
Uh huh.
And and yeah, after I did the research, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna check in, see what this is. I was like, whoa, this sounds pretty badass. And then bought it, and then after that, just went and really did that deep dive. And
Uh huh.
Michael, I think, bought it like a week or a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
I told him, and then we both kind of dove in and just kept
Yeah.
falling in love with Kadena more and more each time. And when I was searching for a platform to really launch Docushield,
Hmm.
Michael was the one that pushed me more towards Kadena. And
Hmm.
he and then again I went back and got more into Pact and everything. And I was like, damn,
Hmm.
dude, like honestly, it'd be dumb to do it anywhere else
Yeah.
but Kadena. Once you do the research.
Yeah. Absolutely. How long have you been mining for then? You started last year?
Yeah, it started last year, dude. Back when it was like at 34 cents. I think that was around like when I first started picking them up at 34 cents a KDA.
Oh, damn. Awesome.
Yeah, it was rad, and we were getting like 14 a day for a while, dude. And
Yeah.
and we
Yeah. Yeah.
we just were spending that, dude. I went into some dumb, projects on that, but it was just kind of like it was gas money, and it was like money to kind of, degen out, and that was a dumb move because yeah, definitely if I would have been stacking, man, I mean, we all seen that huge bull run that came after, and even now I still would have been up like a ridiculous amount, you know, but that's crypto, dude.
Yeah,
That's crypto.
absolutely. Yeah, that's really cool to hear that you guys both started mining. I know I started mining Kadena last year, and I've been interested in cryptocurrency for years. I mean, a very long time. But I don't think I ever really truly began to understand it until I started mining, until I started reading more, especially about Kadena and learning about, proof of work versus proof of stake and the decentralization of everything and ETH 2.0. Like there's so many factors constantly moving around, but ultimately you look at proof of work, Bitcoin's basic technology. It's incredibly secure. It's incredibly decentralized. But with what Bitcoin struggles with, of course, is the scalability and the 5 transactions they can do per second. That's why they're building the Lightning Network. But everyone, I think a lot of people here know Kadena. They figured out the scalability problem. So.
Yeah, and it's not an L2, which is very important. You know, it's like on there. It's on the L1. It's not like So that's a huge difference too. But yeah, Bitcoin. I mean, I'm really interested to see how that is going to work with them. Implementing an L2 that's going to be able to scale like that. But yeah, that's definitely something to be on the lookout for. I think it's been in the works for a while now too, right?
There's stuff running on the Lightning Network, I
Oh,
believe.
is there? Is there? Oh, okay.
I don't know if they have like complex smart contracts and stuff, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
transactions are being sent over the Lightning Network.
Okay.
I'm quite confident on that. I could be wrong though, so if I am wrong, someone definitely correct me.
No, yeah, I've looked into You're probably right, dude. I've looked into absolutely nothing but Kadena like the last couple months, dude. It's just been like laser focus on on KDA, which has been rad.
Me too, man. A good friend of mine texted me this morning something about a stock, and I was huge into stocks for the last couple of years, but over the last few months, I haven't looked at stocks at all because it's all about Kadena Mining Club, and I'm like I don't even know I know what the market's doing, but it's not
I do so horribly with stocks. I mean, I've been in crypto since about 2017, and I've definitely made some awesome moves and gains. But stocks, man, every time I try, I just continually get fucking beat, man. It's oh yeah. So I just gave up. I was like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna stick to what I know. And yeah, stay away from the stock market myself, dude. But
yeah, honestly, like I was making money, and then like the end of last year, I started losing money with stocks. Like the beginning of this year, I'm like, I'm just gonna stop. It's better to just not do it than lose money.
Yeah, man. At least we get the adrenaline rush over here, man, with 20% in a day and stuff, dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, at least I can live off that.
I thought it was September or October again last week when Kadena was up 50% in a day or 30. I was like getting flashbacks, like deja vu.
How's your stock portfolio doing, Michael? I know he's in the stocks. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, I haven't touched it since last time
we talked. Yeah, okay. It's probably taking a shit. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah. Try not to.
But anyway, cool, man. Hodl, right?
Hodl. Always hodl.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold that for the rest of my life.
So what rigs are you guys going to be running? Or what are you running now? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, that's a great question. So for me right now, personally, I have just a bunch of like Ethereum miner GPU rigs. I have scaled down a little bit as the summer is approaching, and it's 95 degrees today, so it's not too. It's not good. Let's just say that it's not good.
Yeah, definitely not good.
And then I have a bunch of KD boxes as well. I have 4 KD boxes.
Nice.
In terms of what we're doing for the Kadena Mining Club, in terms of what miners we're buying, that is yet to be decided. We have been talking to the manufacturers, trying to get a good price. You see the market is coming down now.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to be getting, I'm confident we're going to be getting a much better price than we once thought. At the beginning, our problem was going to be, the cost per miner. That was the big problem we were
Right.
envisioning, like getting a contract, actually securing the miners. Now we're looking at, like, we might have too many miners. So I don't know if you could
Good
ever have
problem.
too many miners. It's a good problem, but one of the things I fear is that we might have to keep more money for the expense wallet. And I want to give, the whole thing about this project is to give the individual a chance to mine Kadena. Because whether they can't afford a Kadena miner, electricity is too expensive where they live. Maybe they live in a studio apartment. You can't mine. You just can't do it in that respect. I mean, you can. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
So we
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
So we just want to fill that gap, and we want to be able to give the people who buy our NFTs the most amount of hash power possible. So, on the bright side, we'll be able to give out more hash power, but if we have to keep more for the expense wallet at the same time, it's like, we want to make sure we do it fairly and safely too, because we need to be able to pay that electricity. The electricity is expensive.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. Have you thought about solar? Since
Um,
they don't take up that much energy, as opposed to like a Bitcoin miner.
yeah.
It may be worth your money to throw some of that into solar power. I don't know how Virginia is
Mhm.
with with their
Yeah.
sunlight, man, but I know
Uh-huh.
over here, like, we get it all the time.
Yeah. That's a great thing to brought up. I'm glad you did, actually. So our plan when we start is actually to go with a hosting facility. So a facility that's already in business. They are already hosting crypto miners. They have the
Right.
infrastructure. So we're just going to have all of our miners delivered straight to a hosting facility that
Oh, perfect.
uses
Yeah.
renewable energy. So going along with your
Beautiful.
solar, it's going to be we're using renewable energy. So whether it's hydro or nuclear, we are going green, and we're planning on
Awesome.
staying green.
Very cool, man. So also too, with all of the restrictions that are coming up, I think New York just over here just banned mining. Just because people don't know, like, they don't know proof of work versus green proof of work or
Uh-huh.
proof of useful work, none of that. So
Mm-hmm.
all those people that still want to you know be in the in the niche as far as when it comes to mining, but it's banned in their area. I could see that this is going to be like a huge deal, being able to buy an NFT and still be a part of having
Mm-hmm.
one of those miners, but
Mm-hmm.
not have to worry about the law coming after you, man.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if the ban actually went through in New York. I
Did
feel
it?
like
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't.
I don't think they did, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There was a law, they were trying to ban it. The EU was just trying to ban proof of work cryptocurrencies, and I think they both
Mhm.
voted no. I know the EU voted no. I'm not sure
Okay.
about New York. But that's one of the important reasons we have to go green, is because I foresee personally, when mining regulation does come, they're not going to get rid of mining. They're not going to get rid of Bitcoin. But what they may require is large scale industrial mining, facilities to use renewable energy. So we just want to
Right.
get ahead of that and not have to worry about it. And of course, we want to save the environment. I don't want to be using coal to power these miners, because that's
Right.
my children, grandchildren. They're not going to like it. you
hmm
know.
hmm For sure. So, what's your this is our first. I don't know if you've discussed this with your community and stuff, but this is our first time talking. So, like, out of
Mhm.
curiosity, man, what's your background?
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, me, I haven't really done anything all too special. I didn't go to the best school. I didn't have the best. I didn't, I haven't
hmm
worked for any crazy finance company or anything. But
hmm
one thing that you need to know about me is I'm really passionate about
hmm
blockchain. I'm really passionate about Kadena, and when I get passionate about something, I go after it. Um,
100%.
so I've had a few different businesses in my past, but most recently, I have a small car rental business right now, and that's actually what I'm doing after this. Is I have to drop off a car. Pretty excited to
hmm
do that. Um, and like I said, I've been mining for over a year now.
hmm
Other than that, I have a background in stocks and trading, reading financial documents. I actually did well enough in stock trading last year where I was actually able to quit my job And
Mhm.
it was interesting. I was listening to your call with Kadena Swiss, Adrian, and I think
Mhm.
we did a very similar thing for our corporate employer. I
Mhm.
think we did a very similar thing. So um, we got
Yeah.
to talk more about that. I think some maybe off this call, but
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. No, and yeah, but I think we have the same kind of thing too. I mean, same. I never, I'm not college educated. I've definitely been an entrepreneur, my
yep.
whole life, and been into tech and stuff. But
Uh huh.
yeah, man. I mean, like same thing when you're passionate about something and when something, drives you. I mean, that's really what it takes. And even when I hire people, more than anything, I look for ambition and I look for,
Hmm.
just that's for somebody who's going to take something and run with it
Yep.
and not stop until the task is completed. And that you can't teach. That's something that well, I can't teach. Maybe your parents could teach.
Hmm.
That's something that's ingrained with you since childhood, and
Uh huh.
just that spirit of not giving up, man. So
Hmm.
same thing. I mean, yeah, I wasn't trying to trap you and see like what are your where do
No,
you have
no,
your
no,
credentials from?
no, no,
Because I
no.
got none, man. but that I don't think it matters all that much. I mean, you know how to learn, and
Yeah.
take that deep dive into stuff, and that knowledge, gets in you one way or
Hmm.
another.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
I'm young. Everyone kind of starts out with not like I feel like everyone kind of starts out at this position, and you just got to send it, learn as you go,
Mhm.
know your boundaries, listen to feedback. Make sure you
Mhm.
get smart people around you that know what they're doing,
Right.
and you can rely on and count on. And that's one
Mhm.
of the beautiful things about Web3 is anybody can just come on here, start something. It's really fascinating, and I can't wait to see how it grows and progresses over time, because I think right now it's still the very beginning. There's a
Mhm.
long way to go, and I really think we're just getting started.
Definitely. And just being able to be in the same space as some of these guys that are really freaking smart, man. Like just by, the studies they've done and the time they put into technology, it's just being able to like I always use the guys over at Tempe, as an example. It's
Uh
like, dude, like when I hear them talk, I'm just like, holy shit, man, these are some of the smartest guys like in the room, like all
yeah.
together. And I love it, man. And just being able to talk to them offline and pick their brains about stuff, like
Mhm.
that's something that I would not have had the opportunity to do before, as that, or they wouldn't have, I'm not going to say they wouldn't have taken the time, but you can't
Yeah.
take the time for everybody. But dude, I really do value every minute I get of that, because what do they say, if you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room. So
Yeah.
I mean, being in the room with them, like I just have so much to absorb, and that it's not only them, it's a lot of people, in crypto and in Kadena that there's so much to learn from, man. And
Uh
these
huh.
guys, it's just like, yeah, they got super brains. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you done any like crypto events in real life, Adrian? Have you attended anything?
Yeah. I've done some things that I've actually held here in Santa Ana when I had my marketing office. I had a company with a friend called Pomont Group for a while, and that's where I
Uh
was
huh.
doing my consulting out of.
Okay.
And yeah, we actually held a few like classes, where we would
Hmm.
just post up on Craigslist and everything, like just market it wherever we could
Yeah.
and get people in. And there was actually a bunch of people that would attend those classes, and I would just start from the very bottom, introducing crypto to them. And this is back like in
Uh
2017,
huh.
2018.
Yeah.
Introducing crypto to them, helping them start a wallet, letting them know
Hmm.
how an exchange operates, all that kind of stuff. I've been to a ton of trade shows,
Hmm.
but I'd never been to a crypto one. Like that, I hadn't. Yeah, that
Uh
was
huh.
big. Besides these classes that I'd thrown and stuff, I've been to also uh, some seminars put on by people trying to raise money
Uh huh.
for their crypto project. One that was still like disgusts me to this day was this token called Timmy Coin, which was supposed to be like medical
Timmy
records on the
coin.
blockchain.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was just the sleaziest kind of event you could throw. And
Hmm.
there was a ton of people there. They did it in a church, and they were straight up, they couldn't answer any of my even semi-technical questions, but they were taking all of these, they were promising the world, and it was just very shilly and Like by the end, I could tell that they had no idea what they were talking about. They were just out to get people's money. Like, and I left, and when I left, I just kind of yelled out to the people that were in line signing up. I was like, "Don't do it, guys! Like, this is a scam! Like, don't do it! I'm just warning you." And they're like, "Get the fuck out of here!" and yeah, lo and behold, man, that coin no longer exists, and it's sad because a lot of people's like hopes and dreams were in that, and I could like see it. It's not like, oh, this is just a random ICO and people are getting rugged. And it's like, no, man, I see like this little old Mexican lady like gonna give like her last dollars to them so that she has a chance at what they're promising her. And yeah, man. So I don't know. Yeah, I've been a little things like that. Like if I see something like on Craigslist or on Facebook or wherever, like I try to attend it just to like get involved more, and maybe you'll meet somebody awesome, that's doing something good in crypto. But also, you got to be a watchdog sometimes too, man, at things that are going on, because there's a lot of scammers, out there. And but no, I'm looking forward to the Austin, what is it, Decentricon? I think we're gonna try and make it over to and there's a Vegas one after that. But again, yeah, not quite in this industry have I been to a trade show or anything like that. How about yourself?
Timmy Coin, I remember that story.
You remember I was
Uh,
telling you about that, dude? It was ridiculous.
I was I was muted. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good, man.
Sorry to hear about Timmy Coin, man. It reminds me of a real estate seminar I went to one time.
Hmm.
um, but yeah, so the reason I asked actually was because you talked a lot about people in crypto willing to help and willing to share their experiences, and just I had the great opportunity to attend NFT Basel last year, and that was
Uh-huh.
just such a life changing opportunity for me. Just like talking to everybody on the computer and typing, and I know we're having a great conversation right now, Adrian, but nothing beats
Uh-huh.
that in person,
Right.
type what you can do in real life. So I hope that we can all get together and do something for Kadena, Docushield, Kadena Mining Club in the United States in the future.
Mhm.
Um, I'll give a shout out right now to Kadena Turkey and Miners of Kadena. They're doing something. They're doing a seminar out in Turkey this weekend. It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cool. There's a bunch of like Kadena banners, and it just looked like if
Mhm.
I lived over there, I would definitely be there. But Turkey's a
For
bit
sure.
far.
Yeah, just a little. I actually got to meet up last week with the Kadena Bulls, which was really cool. I think I see Caddy in here. Is he on the call? But or one of yeah. Oh, it's just the main account. But yeah, man, we got to meet up with them. They came down to Santa Ana, and we had a couple drinks, some awesome tacos that are what we're known for down here.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was awesome just being able to vent and talk about Pact and Marmalade and everything like in that person to person. Well, having a beer in hand, it just
Yeah.
changes. Yeah, totally different vibe.
Uh huh.
It makes everything become so real.
Uh huh.
Um, Not to
For
say that
sure.
it's not, but yeah, I can't wait to actually get in there and start going to these shows and stuff, and networking, man. Because I already know how trade shows go. I was in marketing,
Hmm.
and mainly in like the print industry, and so, dude, those were so much fun because it's seeing all these people that were just cooped up in an office like all year, like finally let loose. And oh man, sometimes it would be a shit show. It's great. I mean that in the best way possible. Like it was yeah, it was awesome. Can't wait to see how it goes down with the crypto community. I'm sure it's going to be just as fun.
For sure, man. Yeah. Yeah, Miami was a rager. That's one thing.
Yeah, happy
Awesome.
to be in Miami, man, for sure.
Oh, I love it down there. All right, but Austin to CentralCon. Well, let's talk about that again. Maybe we can get down there too. All
Yeah.
right. We have Jay. Jay has been waiting to talk for a very long time, so let's throw it over to Jay if we don't mind, and then let's talk a little bit about Docushield after Jay speaks.
Let's do it.
All right, Jay. I know you've been waiting a long time. Thank you for your patience. And we have some whitelists to give away as well. Maybe we'll do that after Jay speaks. Maybe we could give away 5 or something.
Cool. Sounds good.
Because like a lot of people just wait till the end, and it's like, yeah, well, we'll see. Jay, are you here, man? You have permission to speak, Jay.
Hello, am I on?
Hi,
Yep.
Jay. Yep.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, Jay? How's it going?
I'm cool. And you?
Doing great. I'm happy to be on here with Adrian. Adrian's seems like he's a cool dude. So it's nice to talk to him, and I'm glad to have everybody on the call.
All right.
Thanks.
I just have a question for Docushield.
Go for it, man.
Can I go on?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you mean go on our app or go on and speak? I'm sorry.
Okay. Although this is my first time on being on this space.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to catch up with you guys.
Oh, sure, yes. So we are taking signups for people to come on our app right now. We're doing our MVP release. And we definitely need people to sign up and help us test. So please, by all means, come on board and help us out. There's a sign up on our Twitter page. You'll find a link, and we're gonna be rewarding people who sign up and help us test the app. Once we get through it with a lifetime NFT for 50% off all of the Docushield utilities and charges. So I mean that's pretty much forever, and whether or not you use it or whether you sell it in the future or whatever makes no difference to us, but we want to give a thank you to everybody.
Okay. All right. Then I want to ask a question concerning the IDO you're about to do.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
I noticed that you are doing 2 rounds of IDO.
Mm-hmm.
What is the idea behind that? I would like to know.
Sure. So the 2 IDOs, the first one is really for development, right? All that money is going to be geared towards launching the company and doing the development of the product. Up to this point, the development has pretty much come out of pocket, and that's really it's expensive, And my fiance is not too happy about that, but I mean she understands. But so the first one's going to pay for the production of the app.
Okay.
Get the bare backbone done because we're going to have a desktop application as well, so that's going to get developed over the course of the next couple months. And the Docushield app is actually going to be a plugin on our desktop application. So we're going to do all kinds of privacy plugins and apps on this mothership is how I like to refer to it. The second IDO is going to be for our advertising and media. So all of the marketing is really going to go. That's going to help us out with IDO number 2, because there is a lot of big boys in the space that we're taking on. So in order to do that, we are going to need some help from the community.
Sure.
Up there. Yeah, and at the same time, none of these are going to be huge raises. We really want to keep a low market cap for everybody who does help us out and invest. So we're not asking for any crazy amount. It's really going to get the ball rolling, and then leave room on the market cap for people to really who helped us out realize those gains that will be seen when you keep a low market cap and then expand.
All right. Then I have another question, please. Can I go on?
Yeah, please.
The Docushield, can it be operated on a mobile app?
Yes. So it was very important to us from the get-go to be mobile friendly and have an app on both app stores, iOS and Android. So that is our main goal, and this is our flagship product is going to be the Docushield app, and on both the Play Store and the iOS Apple Store. So absolutely.
Is it going to be available right from the launch?
On the Play Store, it's a little easier to get on. I'm sure that's gonna come
Sure.
with little difficulty. As far as getting listed on the Apple
On
Store,
iOS.
Yeah, on iOS, that's
I understand that too as well.
yeah, it might take a little longer, but I ain't gonna stop till they take it. So whatever we need to do to get up in the marketplace, we are gonna do. And yeah, that's what we're focused on, is really getting them on both.
All right, thanks for having me.
No problem, Jay. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
All the way from Africa.
Thank you, Jay. Nice to have you, Jay. Awesome
You're
to have you
welcome.
speak. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. All right, Uchi, real quick. We'll give Uchi a chance, and then we'll move on from the questions, and we'll have some time for questions at the end.
Cool.
Then after Uchi goes, we will, I guess we'll give away. We'll do we'll start the whitelist giveaway at least.
Cool.
Uchi, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Good evening.
What's
So
happening?
can you hear me? Well, it's quite fine here.
Yeah,
So
a
I
little
have a
muffled, but
question.
It's a
I
bit
have a
tough to hear
question
you.
on Docushield.
sure.
Yeah, recently, 2 months back, or a month back, I was robbed, and some funds were stolen from my private wallet on X wallet. So I don't know. I use Google Drive. I save my data on Google Drive. I don't know how maybe my Google Drive was compromised, but I found out that there's some wallet on my Google Drive that was not that the funds inside were not stolen, but only my Kadena wallet was compromised. I don't know what is Docushield doing to improve with their own private documents, how we can save a private document on there that is going to be much more advanced than the Google Drive.
Okay. So it's a little difficult to hear, but I think I got the general gist of the how is the with all the data breaches going on out there, how is Docushield going to be different when securing documents and securing data? Is what I'm understanding. So, um, if that's the correct question, I can go ahead and answer that fairly easily. The
Yes, that's the question.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Glad I got it, man. So, yeah, I'm concerned as well as much as anybody else, which is what was the driver of the product. About data breaches. I mean, I hear about it all the time, everywhere from Amazon and Google, and all the way down. A reference point that I always use is the website haveibeenpwned.com, where you type your email in and you see how many breaches have been associated with your email. So, most of those data breaches come from people within the company, right? They have access to this data. It doesn't come from an outside source most of the time. It comes from somebody internally that knows the value of what they have these keys for. And, whether they're disgruntled or whether they have a financial incentive to do so, that's where the breaches come from. And we pretty simply cap that by not having master keys. So once data is encrypted and once data is on our network, nobody can see that data but yourself. So I can't see it. Michael can't see it. None of our node operators can see it. So it's a complete mystery to us as to what exactly the contents of your upload are. But and that'll be to pretty much the entire outside world besides you. And that was really the goal on creating something that had that functionality. And that is what that's the goal we built towards, and we're able to find a solution for. So no master key
Okay.
is the end answer. That, yeah, only you got the keys to your data.
Okay, that would be great because it's not quite easy trying to store a private key or a seed phrase on a writing it down on the paper because it's quite someone can find it in your house and just
Mhm.
they can use it. So it's better we have a development or a technology like this whereby we only ourselves can have a full charge over it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And everybody says write down your private keys, put it in your safe, whatever. I know how that goes. I mean, I'm not gonna really speak against it too much because that's a solid, plan unless your house gets flooded or, you have a fire or something like that. And I'll probably get a lot of backlash by saying you can store your private keys on Docushield. But that's why we're doing all this penetration testing that we're going to be doing. That's what we built this network for, to be forever secured for whatever you need to store. So, I mean, that is the end goal. I want to, once we hit mainnet launch, I will be confidently saying you can store your private keys on Docushield, because we'll have gone through all the due diligence and all the testing to make sure that all your stuff is safe on Docushield.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
You can store your private keys on Docushield. Interesting.
Already, let it come, dude. I'm gonna get freaking burned at the stake, but it's all right.
Was that new? I don't think I've listened to a lot of your stuff. I don't think I've heard that one yet.
It's something that comes up a lot, And as I said, I'll probably get backlash for saying it, but not in V1. Excuse me, not in our MVP. By the time we get to main, on our roadmap, there's a lot of bug bounties. There's penetration testing. We're going to be professionals to do, and I want to be confident enough to say, well, by the time we're at mainnet, I will be confident enough to say that we can see there and not worry about it. That's it. I won't see it. Nobody will see it. But and when we get to that point, is definitely not with our MVP. But that is,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, because that's going to be on the public IPFS, and our beta is going to be on our private IPFSs, but we still have pen testing to undergo after that, in multiple rounds of it. But by the time we get to mainnet, absolutely, I want to confidently say that you can store your keys here and nobody's. Right? That's why we have these layers and layers and layers of security.
Awesome. That's
Big, big
great.
big claim though, for sure. That's why I feel like, damn, I haven't said it before. You're right, but that's words, man. Because right now, dude, honestly, I got a Michael knows, dude. I have a file folder with all of my keys to all my wallets in here, and it's like, yeah, it's so vulnerable. Because
Yeah.
like I told my girl, like, hey, if anything ever happens to me and I die, just take all of these papers, and she doesn't know anything about Bitcoin or about crypto. I told her, take them to Michael and he'll help you open them, and that's where all the money is. um, Instead, that's kind of passing it down to her. And another aspect of Docushield that we're working on is the inheritance. Uh, if in the event that somebody happens to you, you can name another user to inherit your wallet after proof of you passing. It's
Okay.
provided. So that's
Awesome.
going to come, and that's going to come as a plugin
Yeah.
to our mothership.
Awesome. That's terrific. Hey, Adrian, your mic is just cutting out just a little bit every
Oh,
once in a while.
okay.
It just started very recently, but just for your
Okay.
awareness.
Let me try and see what's going on. I'm gonna close on my
All right.
other stuff down. That way my
Yeah.
internet
All right.
cool.
All right. Well, while Adrian's looking at that, let's do the whitelist giveaway. So I just pinned a tweet to the spaces. This is DocuShield's tweet reminding about the whitelist is ending for their IDO soon. Let's just comment. Drop a reply on that tweet, and just reply. I don't know, Adrian, Mike. What should we have them reply? We
Uh,
we
Doc, let's just have them reply Doc Army. Let's do that. That's our new hashtag.
hashtag Doc Army.
The hashtag Doc Army. And I just closed all my windows so I can try and get a little clearer reception. So you're gonna have to do the giveaway part for me.
Okay. Oh, it sounds a lot better now.
Okay, cool. I have so
Yeah.
much running in the back on my computer. I'm not surprised.
That's fun. That's fun. All right, so you heard us. There's a tweet pinned to the Twitter Spaces. It's also pinned to Docushield's Twitter profile. Run over to that tweet. It starts with "Hey Doc Army." Do hashtag Doc Army in the comments in the reply, and we'll pick, and that'll be all 10 people from the Whitelist Giveaway. So 5 of you will get Docushield, 5 of you will get Kadena Mining Club, and then for the other 10 whitelist spots, Mike, we'll talk about that. We'll just use Tweet Picker, and we'll pick 10 people. But I'm in the car, so I don't have the website or anything. But we'll do that a little bit later, Mike and Adrian.
Okay, cool. Once we get 10 responses, I guess let them know and I'll write them down. Since you're in the car too, I'll just write them with the old pen and paper right here, and we'll make sure that we go in and collect all of their info that we need to get them on both whitelists.
Awesome. And remind them, Adrian, there are some limitations with your IDL and the whitelist, right? On terms of location.
Yeah, no U.S. residents, no Canada residents as well, and there might be a few other restricted countries. You're gonna have to look on KD Launch to see. But yeah, so that means my mama can't even get in on it, which she's pretty upset about. So I mean, I'm not too happy about that, but it's the way it goes right now to remain compliant.
For sure, 100%. That is what is most important, is following all the rules.
Definitely.
All right. K-Tuck and Action have wanted to speak for a little bit. I just wanted to get a couple points in before we ended. I don't know how much longer, over an hour we can go, but let me just, because there are a couple questions for Adrian, and then Action, K-Tuck, we'll try to make sure we get some time in for you guys at the end. So, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Adrian, but I think this is one of the coolest things about Docushield, is that the users of Docushield don't have to know what Kadena is, right? They don't need a Kadena wallet. All they need to do is go download the app, and then they can use Docushield. Is that correct?
Exactly, man. So we have a two different types of accounts. We have our basic account, which is our regular Web2 type account. You can use email password, or you can use your Twitter or Facebook or Google to log in. Or you have the traditional anonymous account, is what we're referring it to, where you go in and the only thing you get, you set a password, and then you get your 12, your 12 words that create your phrase, and that's how you access your account. So I already know that people are going to lose access, people that are not crypto or Web2. So we want to provide that method to ease the frustration and not be jaded about the experience when it comes to other blockchain technologies that are expanding. So yeah, we've created a pretty clever way to do that while still maintaining access to your wallet. And when I say we, I mean my developer. I thought it was like shit. Okay, well,
Yeah.
and then a few iterations, we got to a really cool method. And yeah, so you don't need to know anything about the tech behind it. All you need to know is that this is the safest place to store all of your important information.
Yeah. That is so cool about, that is what I think is so cool about your project, Adrian, is that people don't need to understand it to use it.
Right.
And that's going to be really important for blockchain technology to really take over the world in a way, because I don't think, and I don't mean to hate on the intelligence of the average person, but when you get down to like how do computers work and stuff, I think the
Yeah.
average person probably can't explain it to you, right?
No.
So
Yeah. How many people know SMTP, but they don't. Most people, but how many send emails?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I hope that more projects keep growing in that aspect, that they're using the blockchain tech in the background, but it's a forward-facing thing you can find on the App Store. That's really cool.
Yeah. And eventually, at the end of when we finally put our project out, we do want to make that technology, public and put it on GitHub and, have all the code there available. That way other tech can take a look at how we're going and doing the approach and either decide to use our method or expand on it and do something even better.
Absolutely. That's awesome of you guys to open it up once it's done and launched and let other people learn. I think that's really
Oh yeah. I've
just
learned,
valiant. I don't know what the right word is, but
I've learned so much digging through GitHub and stuff, man. There's no way I could not return that.
yeah,
That for sure.
yeah, yeah. Okay, great. All right, final thing for me, and then we'll give it over to K Tuck and Action. Adrian, can you just give everybody maybe a short answer? Talk about maybe the Kadena technology. How does Kadena really boost Docushield to the next level in terms of maybe a security standpoint? Things that like Web 2 can't do.
Sure. Yeah, man. And that is mainly we're using Kadena for our transparency as far as where all the swaps happen and the security behind um, each transaction. And then also the integration that we are still attempting, and we're going to find a way to do it with Kuro. And that's really another big part of why we chose Kadena is Kuro, the private blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
Going to allow to keep what needs to be private. So when those NFTs get minted and delivered to you, there is a ledger that exists, and there'll be transactional certainty that way. But there's not going to be a block explorer that you can go to and say, okay, I know this is your wallet address, and I'm going to look at everything that you had sent or anything you've had minted and delivered to you. Because some people get really PI when they do some investigation or or whatever, and we don't want that information to be found if you don't want it to be found, and in my case, I wouldn't want it to be found just because I want that privacy. That's my right. And so that's really a huge part of the integration is the offering of a private blockchain that we could possibly integrate with Kadena. There's a little more hurdles than anticipated, but that doesn't mean that it's off the shelf. It's just something that we are going to continually stab at, and
Absolutely. And look, I'm not the most tech savvy person. I leave that up to Todd, our developer, and I hear from him and from other people in Kadena. It's that, well, we're just getting started, so there's no giant GitHub repository that tells you how to do everything, right? It's like you have to start from the ground up, build the framework, build the things inside. So it's a lot of work, and I know we just spoke to each other for an hour, but you sound like a smart dude, and it sounds like you know what you're doing, and I'm confident you guys will get it done. And if we can help, definitely let us know.
absolutely, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see your guys' NFT collection and the drop. We'll definitely be, holders. Uh, so it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a good ride. I can't wait.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll do more of these.
Sure.
We'll get more of these done in the future. But let's we have a few people who want to say some things. Action was up first. I think he had his hand raised before K Tuck, so we're gonna go Action, K Tuck, and then KDA intern.
Awesome. I appreciate the time, guys, and thanks for making this so public. And I love the fact of how bold you are with the product. But I'm the kind of guy that I trust, but I gotta verify, man. So let me ask a couple of questions for the better good of the rest of the people out here as well. You
Mhm.
mentioned a few things that I think I wanted to touch on and just get your insight on. You mentioned that you're looking at a proof of passing kind of scenario. Let's say somebody passes away. Some,
Yeah.
Able to go ahead and get in the person's account. I mean, that sounds like a great piece of technology, but don't
Mhm.
you think it's key to do something of that sort for you to verify and say, yes, you can go ahead and have access to this account?
So that's a great question, and there is when you sign up for that. That's why I said it's kind of going to be a plug-in on the back end. There's going to be additional functionality and knowledge that we need to know about you and your wallet to be able to pass that down. So that's why it's going to be a plugin, because once that's used, it's going to be it's going to be necessary to provide more info, and that you would trust us. Still not in a way where we can fully see all of the information, but in a way that we can control where it goes and where it's accessed from. So yeah, great question, and that does in return sacrifice a little bit of the privacy on the user's end.
Got it. Totally makes sense. So it's an opt-in type of scenario. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
thing that I had, I mean, I've seen you guys, I've followed you guys for a while now, and I mean, DocuSign is the thing that I always, kind of compare it to is what the whole industry understands. Obviously, you're on the blockchain, you're using a lot different functionality, which I mean, I can't begin to compare it because they're limited in what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But will you be able to compete with their product and the things that they do?
With DocuSign. So the first thing we're gonna do is integrate. We are going to I've already studied up on their API, and we want to get users to be able to port over their documents from DocuSign after they've been signed, and then host them on our cloud, because you never know with their centralized solution. You never know what's going to happen. So you'll be able to bring all of the stuff that you have on DocuSign and automatically have that transferred into Docushield. And now we are going to one of the plugins we have slated is for a notary or a signing a digital signature application or plugin. And whether or not we fully compete with DocuSign, I mean, that's a huge road, you know. That would it would be more Docushield as a whole, having that that global kind of not appeal, but the global attention first. You know, for people to be able to think about transitioning over from DocuSign. We're definitely not trying to replace it on that front. I mean, I think more of a competitor and probably even worse is like Dropbox and Drive and stuff. And we have direct ways to compete with them. DocuSign, I mean, I've been using for years and I see what they're doing. But now I use the signature application on Zoho, and it works great and I love it. And, you know, if we can build something that is even more private that we host that compares to the two, then I mean, we're well on our way, man. It's just bringing people over once they see that they're already in our ecosystem and they can just add this plugin to get that functionality. That's going to be what we use to kind of port people over to that
So
side of it.
that's genius. The fact that you want to use their APIs to bring customers over. I mean, customer acquisition is great, and that's a beautiful way to do it. And I agree with you. Being Zoho was just dirt cheap, man. Zoho
Yeah.
is doing it right as far as fire people. They're doing, and
I hate it and love it, man. It's an awesome soft, like, you know, but there's like everything's like 95% built. You know, it's yeah.
these work. I totally get what you're saying there. But and
Mm,
that's the whole mindset. Like, can it compete, or is it something that would be parallel? Because you just gave me the best explanation I've heard yet. Because although the name sounds similar, I think that you're doing something a little bit different because those guys, they're doing, I mean, digital signatures on the internet, you got to do four things. And this is the nerd in me that kind of comes out every once in a while. I mean, I pretend to be, super down to earth and like very back, but I'm a nerd at the core. So you
I,
need to show that the signer actually is who they say they are, that they want to sign the document, that that willingness to sign is actually demonstrated. Like that's part of the digital signature, and the signer's authenticity can be verified independently, and that's very different from your product. So that integration sounds like a match made in heaven. You better believe it. I'm porting
yeah.
stuff to your system, for the things that really matter. That totally makes sense.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, man. They've jumped through leaps and bounds to get where they are and have, like you said, the verification methods and integrating. I think it was with ID.me. And I mean, that's no easy task, you know? So, I mean, major props to what they've done. And we're going to follow that same road, you know, that they've paved.
And you're gonna get that source code verified that you guys are building too, right?
Absolutely, sir. Hell yeah. No, we are. I'll be public for sure by the time we launch.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I really appreciate the time.
No problem. Thank you, Action.
Awesome action. Thanks for those questions. All right, K Tuck.
How's it going? Hey, thank you for having me, Matt. Docushield, that was awesome. It's great to go through your website, hear about you guys. Love what you're doing. I also work on an NFT business myself that's trying to onboard and grow the blockchain space and awareness. And that's what it's all about. Building applications to help people,
Hmm.
on board in this space. It's not easy. I mean, it's confusing. And so
Yeah.
that's really great to see what you're doing over there. So props to you. I just wanted to shout you out. Go check their website out, everyone. I love their white paper already.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. No, I appreciate the kudos. And the more people we get on board, the more, the better it's going to be for all of us. I mean, financially and, as a community.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the private key stuff, like that's a hot debate right now, which
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to do it. There's some people that don't like putting it on a note card or they lose stuff. So, and I
Mhm.
also like the transition thing because, like, I'm always like, what happens if there's some crazy incident and then all of a sudden you don't have your keys and no one can access your huge portfolio or whatnot. So that's a really cool idea that you have over there too.
Thank you, man. And yeah, that's going to definitely we're going to have to garner some trust and everything first to be up and running before, we do take that leap. But I mean, it's something we're willing to prove ourselves on. And like, I could use that. Like, that's really what drove that too is, man, like, when all my keys, like when I'm gone, what's going to happen to all my keys and how are they going to be accessed and, that. So, I mean, there's a need for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll be watching you guys and supporting, and hopefully we can chat further in addition to this Twitter space too.
Definitely, man. You guys can always give me a holler on any of the channels and, reach out. I definitely try to get back to everybody.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the questions and the comments, K Tuck. K Tuck has a Spaces. We were just on it Tuesday night. Every 7 p.m. Tuesday night, K Tuck does Talk with Tuck. So definitely, if you want to listen to me talk some more and some other smart people,
Yeah.
maybe some of them smarter than me, you can go listen to the Tuck's
Tag us,
latest Talk with Tuck.
tag us every time so we can retweet for sure. Get the word
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, maybe I'll get you on sometime.
I'm down. Let's do
there you
it.
go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Wait, I introduced K Tuck to Kadena a couple months ago, maybe even a little longer than a couple months ago. But he first started looking at it recently, like seriously looking at it, and he's been excited about it. He seems like he's a big proponent of it, and we're happy to have K Tuck here.
That's what we need, man. We're taking initiative and doing stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, K Tuck. KDA intern, last question, and then I think if you're happy with it, Adrian and Mike, we can call to Spaces after that.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I don't really like having them go over than like an hour,
Yeah. I'm not sure if they even cut you off too. I think they might.
All right. What's up,
Intern.
Kate?
Okay, hello guys.
Hey.
Uh,
Hey.
what's up?
I like the PFP, dude. The frog
Yeah,
with the
man.
face. Is that a face mask or
Yeah,
that's not a
it's not
mask. No,
it's
that's
not mine actually. I picked it up from somewhere. So, so sorry for that. Somebody has to give. I have to give credit for somebody, but I don't know who.
Yeah, I like it.
all right. Right
So
on.
the thing is, I'm closely following both these projects, and recently I want to congratulate Docushield. So they got that IDO date fixed, and I wish them very best about it. But my more concern is I want further actually strengthen the project. I could run a node actually, but node requirement aren't out. Whether any NFT specific is required or not, like that I want to know.
So,
Or whether token requirements also there.
the token requirements are still we just got the token price out, which is under a penny, which is good for us to start. A lot of wiggle room to grow when our market cap is I mean when our total supply is $1 billion. So yeah, our node requirements are going to be set. First, there's going to be there's going to be a non-barrier to entry. Then there's going to be an actual node that's going to take some dedication. So just we're kind of following the structure that Timpy's laid out, and I thought it was great that you can contribute to the ecosystem, you know, kind of when you can. I believe it's with their collector. And so we want to have a similar thing. It's like whether your computer's on or off, it'll boot up, and then you can become a contributor. There's not too much requirement there. The APR is going to be lower, but I mean, we could still take, you know, the help on the network. After that, we are looking at having as far as token staking, we don't want to make it too expensive or too pricey. So about $500 worth of doc was what I was looking at the entry point for the light version, and just having that staked down. Now, to be able to do that, we are going to have some requirements as far as how much space is going to be allocated, the uptime that you're going to need on your computer, and you know, the amount of memory that you're going to have to be able to participate and run. Again, man, I'm not going to have it be anything crazy that you wouldn't be able to get with a modern laptop, because you know, we really want to encourage people to be a part of our networking community. So
But,
that's still to
but do
come,
you
and
think
we'll
but do you
release.
think 500 USD is too much of a barrier in bear market?
Um, you know, it's not. It may be for some people, but that's why we also are going to provide the the opportunity to contribute and get APR without anything. So there'll be a zero, you know, a zero down, so to say, kind of a solution as well. And if you want to go a level deeper, yeah, we're thinking about being about 500 on that, you know. And if you buy Doc now, and by the time, you know, this we get on this bull run, $500 may not be too much in the Doc token.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm pretty much interested to get in the IDO or get whitelisted. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing Timpy Node with my another alt account actually. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
in their program. So definitely I could run Docushield node for sure.
Beautiful. And I know, intern, you're in a lot of our spaces and our comments and everything. So we appreciate the support, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man, my pleasure.
Mhm.
Thanks for those questions, KDA intern. All right. Well, I think this was a very successful space. A lot of great questions, great discussions. Adrian and Mike, we have quite a few questions specific for Docushield in our Discord. If maybe one of you want to run in there afterwards and answer
Yeah,
them, so we don't go for another 45 minutes.
I'll do that right after we get off and I boot my stuff back up. I'll get in the Discord and answer anything that you guys need. And then from then on, too, I mean, you guys can always just message me directly on my Telegram or on Discord or right here on Twitter. The inbox, it's either me or Mike. If it's something he can't do, he lets me know as well. But yeah, man, I'll be there right now, and really encourage you guys just to reach out to us at any point for whatever reason you guys deem necessary.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think maybe we'll have to get team emails for everybody or something, but we'll have to do something because I love Docushield and we got to grow together.
For sure, man. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, too, for hosting this Twitter space with us, man. Yeah, it was definitely a fun one, and I'm glad we got to know each other a bit more. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely, Adrian. We'll talk more in the near future. It was great. Thank you so very much, everybody, for joining. Everybody from Docushield, everybody from Kadena Mining Club, everybody part of the Kadena community. And if you're new to the Kadena community, we definitely recommend sticking around for a while because everybody here is awesome. A lot of really supportive and smart people here, and it's just a great thing to dip your feet in, get started. Kadena, let's do it. Let's go to the moon. Thanks, everybody. Have a
See
great
ya
rest of your day, and we'll talk soon.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
later.